As explained by Yasmina Aleem in her article Volunteering Effects on Psychological Health, Community Service, and Service Volunteering for Nonprofit Organizations, it prolongs your calm attitude, it decreases stress, and it also increases your self worth. I believe it's important for us to step out into our community and volunteer and help others. Through volunteering for different nonprofit organizations, I've learned that working not only like builds up the community, but it also gives you a different perspective on how we view life and our society around us. Today I'm going to give you some information about an experience I had with volunteering and how these experiences affected me and my perspective on life. And then I'm going to give you a background on the nonprofit organization that I volunteered for, the duties and tasks I performed while volunteering there, and how it personally affected me. So the nonprofit organization that I volunteered for is called Christian Computer Ministry, for short CCM, which is how I'm going to refer to it for the rest of the speech. CCM was founded by a lady named Emily Thomas in 2004, August 2004, and when she founded it, she was 65. And the way she got the idea for the organization was that her son was in the military and he was sent overseas. So what happened was it was hard for them to communicate from such a distance because I think he was in Saudi Arabia or something, and the way they communicated was through email. He bought her a computer and she did not know how to use it, so she took up some courses at Texas A&M. And she learned how to use it, compose emails, use Excel, Word, and all those different programs. And she also learned how to put together the hardware in the computer as well, so which was really cool. But she learned that she learned like how fast technology was assimilating into our society and into the younger generation, and she knew that there was a generation, actually her generation, that was getting left behind because of these technological innovations. And so in this article, Older Adults and Technology Use, published in 2006, Aaron Smith reported that in 2004, only 15% of older adults ranging from 55 and 65 had daily access to a computer. And at this time, like, there was no really big programs like social media in like 2000, early 2000s. So all they really had was like email and whatnot. And so Miss Thomas wanted to reach out into her community and teach others in her generation how to use computers so that they can have better communication with their family, like, because all our generation does is on their phone and stuff like that, social media, and it's just another way they could stay connected with them. And so that's how it got started. She started 2 computer classes in 2 different churches, one in Montgomery County and one in Grimes County, which is the one I volunteered at. It was actually at a church, Dacus Baptist Church. And what she does is she's coupled with the food bank at the church. So the people at like the volunteers there, she has like 24 active volunteers and 18 inactive volunteers, and the active volunteers are there every first and third Thursday of the month, which is the days that they conduct these computer classes. And what happens is she splits her volunteers up into 2 groups. One of the groups helps with the food bank, and while they perform tasks such as like unloading pallets, which is what I did. I unloaded a lot of the pallets. I helped stock the shelves with the food that came in after we inspected and stuff, make sure it was good and the quality of the food was good enough to where we could serve it to people in the community. And we also made boxes for all the people who partook in the food pantry or food bank, and we helped them move it out to their cars and stuff like that. And it was a pretty cool experience. Then the other half of the volunteers, they actually helped her in the computer class, because what happens is while the people are waiting on their goods, while the people are waiting on us to fix their boxes with their goods and stuff, their products such as like lotion and all kinds of food, bread, rice, and stuff like that, they actually go to the computer class, because most of them are elderly people. Most people that came to the pantry were elderly. And they sat in the computer class, and what happened was the other volunteers, they were computer assistants, so they helped Miss Emily um, conduct the class, and that class was actually about how to compose an email, and which is another way like they could stay in touch with their families, like, through email. And so that was really cool. They helped start up the computers and make sure all the mouses and the mice and keyboards function properly, and the monitors were up to speed, and the desktops were actually cleaned up so that the class could move like in a fluid motion. They didn't have any problems with like slowness and stuff like that. And that's what I did the pantry part this time. I've volunteered with her before, but I did the pantry part this time because there was a limited supply of men that could actually like take down the pallets and stuff and put them on shelves and operate forklifts. I'm forklift certified, so I could operate the forklift. And from what I learned, these roles, like, they may seem simple in like the way we see them, but it really affects people in a positive way, our community in a positive way. And it really affected my attitude, my willingness to help the community. It helped me psychologically and mentally. When I was volunteering with CCM, I noticed that I had like a more calm state of mind, and I also felt more patient, like, towards everybody. Like, I was more willing to help everybody, and when I was helping them, I noticed that it was like I actually stepped out of myself to help them. It wasn't about me. It was a selfless act to help other people. And in this article, Materialism and Satisfaction of Life, the Role of Religion, Varupa Karkashinkin states that the reason that many people partake in materialistic pursuits is because they're not satisfied with their life and ultimately with themselves. And one way we could combat materialism is to go out and step into our community and help others, because once you take yourself away from a lot of actions and actually focus it toward other people, that's when materialism starts to deplete, because you're not thinking about yourself. You're not in it for personal gain. You're in it to help other people. And on the bright side, it also helps you as a person. Like, it boosts your self-esteem. It makes you feel like you have a sense of purpose. And I feel like that's what the service is all about. Helping others, and in that way, in some respect, it is helping you, and not in the way you would view it, like gaining material possessions, but actually helping you feel more fulfilled. And that's what I really appreciate about Miss Emily's nonprofit organization, because it really required you to actually help others without even thinking about yourself. And that's what I really appreciate. That's how it made me feel. It made me feel good about what we can do for our community. And that's how it affected me. So I have told you about a nonprofit organization that I volunteered for, and the roles I played while volunteering there, and how it did affect me. It profoundly affected me. And I encourage you guys to go out into your community and help others, because helping others is not just helping them as well. It helps you. Deep down, it does help you.